Our future presidents are being fed second-hand education. Broken children possessing the intellect of tomorrow's revolutionaries. Powerful thoughts are terminated at their infant stages. Growth is unattainable when top management fails.
You see, not all of us are going to believe in the same story.
Exactly.
So there's nothing we can do about it. If God put it there, then God put it there.
Yeah.
Then if it's a scientific belief, then it's a scientific
We have to take care of ourselves. We have to look after ourselves.
From what I believe, it's not a punishment from God. It's what people think. Because God forgives you for your mistakes.
Yes.
So no matter what you do, like, He's not punishing you. He wouldn't love you and punish you for a mistake. Because
what would he punish you for?
I don't know, but then he forgives you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do, he still forgives you. So
even if I accuse 100 times, 1,000 times,
even
and
if
you're not being
accuse
listening.
100 times or 1,000 times,
Yeah.
God is God.
So what is
different from-
HIV/AIDS? If it's not a punishment from God, what is HIV/AIDS? If it's not a punishment from God, is it just an ordinary disease?
No.
What is it?
It's a disease.
Okay, like disease that's gone wild.
Yes.
So 90% of us are plain stupid. Do we deserve a cure?
I still say yes.
Yes.
We've said abstinence is the answer. And that's the command of God, the main instruction by God when it comes to sexual relationships. When will people ever abstain when there's a cure? Yeah, but now, I mean, when you come back from school, when you encounter boys, there's all the flirting and all of that. If there's a cure for HIV, it's right in here, right in the pocket. What will your friends do?
As a person, if okay, it happened with you got HIV and AIDS, and then there's a cure for AIDS, and then you decide, okay, no, you know what, God has given me a second chance to life, so He's given me an answer to know I can have a second chance. So let me take this chance and change my life.
Yes.
And do what I didn't do before and protect myself. It's basically up to the people actually. If there was a cure for AIDS, I mean, it would be up to that person after eseyitholile leyo nto leyo.
Impilo ngeyakho mfethu manje sinakekele from manje la ukhona ubheke ukuthi ungahaleli ungahambi uthanda into yeneliswa yilokho nakho yikho engakubeka kuphela
obuye usazoshathi kunzima lokho kunzima ukhuluma kuphela masiyifikile into yakhona akudlalisela umuntu akwenzela windoda or umfazi kuba nzima
mfethu you are born to be a winner mawuhluleke lapho uhlulekile masilela uthi you are born to be a winner you are intelligent must know ukuthi lento izokusaphi yonke into inama results akhona at the end
fana nokuhamba ngemoto uyazi ukuthi ine speed set 280 but you supposed to drive at this minimum once udlula le 200 speed accident ayethe
risk yakho le manje mama ibhekelelanga wena wahalela unto impilo ngeyakho mfowethu impilo ayinaso isibhele into engayisho ukuthi umuntu akayibhekelele especially emajitini because amajita awathandi ayahalela especially abantu besimame nje amajita asuke efuna ukuyumuze lale nayo manje mawufuna ukuyuza wena ungathandi khona ukuthanda nokuyuza ame into uyithande uyifile ngaphakathi enhlizweni yakho
Mara yawazi kubanzima ngoba mhlawumbe yabona uzathi xa uyifumana yona lento uboma ayi inhliziyo yakho umoya wakho onakele yabona bekuhlunqa uqoma ayi yabona le
so uthini ngithi mangabe khona icure ngithola
into engayisho nje mina ukuthi kufanele uvule samkele ukuthi anayo lento leyo ungacingi ngabo umuntu vaxa uzibulala abantu ayindaba emist yabantu bazibulala ukuthi umuntu anale into inayo isifeni naso ngicangwe ngabikho emhlabeni izibulala.
We should look at saying that people have egos, very, very big egos that we can't even control. You understand? So when somebody has an ego, you can't control them. You can get into their brains, but you won't control them. You know, they'll stick to it. If I do this, I do it. That's the ego. If I stick to this, I say it. I'll never get controlled by somebody else. Obviously showing that no, they've got power over themselves. We know they don't have power over themselves, but it's just their brains. Not thinking straight. So what I say is that the only cure is just us abstaining and staying just the way we are.
Mutu, uyospensa ikondom. Sana AIDS.
awutlwari wa kula ora a so checkele o checka awutlwari ke ya kula
for what is I can be sharp ma tbalchera uyospensa condom even though it's on that AIDS for start
Alright, o mongwe a etse ntho eo, o mongwe re a ba shwe kaofela. Ba le nna ba mpolaile ka bona.
No, fela na le George Buka from the start ke re ne tlemile hore ne tlemile for ke ntse. O check. Ke ile go di testing immediately. But now on ke batla ke mmelo wa ka go be weak then le lona ke decide ngo itse ke tla ke di condom ke lo bala le ntwana. But why from the start there? Next side get this Spanish.
Respana garage ne. Re kgona bona batho ba fitla nyatsi pa ba koloi mo anka nyatsi ba suela ba hotel ba go tla nyatsi tlong ka koloi ya va the next morning the next thing o tlo bona mosadi ona a tsama le monna wa wa nnete so batho ba itsa bofebe ba itsa manyala wa frustana. Okay, at the moment we are protected ka taba rona le condom ba sebedisa condom or ba testa le bona secretly, but at the end if ona le cure the global problem is these people will continue with samanyala. Moral fiber of society was senyega. You think like example
yona mangafika le HIV/AIDS akusuka umuntu onke ozoyithola ilaba banemali abazoyithola yabo
izoba expensive ngama
yeah yona izodura izothula abantu abanemali like yona ukuthi i-cure yakho mangayithola izotholwa overseas ngeke bayithole yemzansi and mabangayithola yemzansi people are gonna go wild yabo
wakufe mhlala sisamantwana intwana wayibona ngasamantwana ne mama ngilithema mama ngimaplease wayibona awubabodela la ubezona kankhouse wayibona so concept ya ntwana tidinga kaya ntwana
exactly
Corey, that's why this thing is seen.
Yeah.
It's all about that mono batsoka. Cook something you right now wa shame.
Yeah.
I know sala fela mo.
Yeah.
Because I don't go batla ka cure, ha batla ka cure, but then Corey ona fela ke idea.
Yeah. Okay, ona le point e ngwe.
Abstain before call. Abstain.
Yeah, ai.
Yeah, so
education at yona ite. Mara haela tell. Because TV or media in general, uphamisa sex.
Exactly.
For sex by baby, any advert, any promotion, sex, it's a mapping. Dijo or anything, it's a mapping.
Maro, na message young player, when I go, I go when I open on TV so. What I'm playing, 80 Kisaki Mono, like a highly serious sort of example. Or I go when I know a share.
Like about opinions, when I can now watch or one of the second one of them study.
Alright. Understand to it, the guy. Yeah. Why did it begin? Why not? Yeah. Because you still remember there was this issue maybe this thing more and okay the
only notion but the fact to confront AIDS at the moment where I through my horror, through a monkey or whatever. The fact to go confront an alien.
Actually, the population about to be affected the guys. Gibuma.
But the fact to go eat.
But yeah. How about the put your worry? It's either kill a mutuan, not kill a mutuan. Yeah, into Camfed or Calamoon, we don't know.
Marai faces a fellow Melibonta.
No, I can't delay that question or the gamma. Maybe answer the guy. At
that time, recover save and a cocker cure. Or I think better solution.
We decided to go
you know, in condoms, you can date condoms back to the 16th, 17th century, where they used to use a net that tied around the head of the man's penis as protection. Yet they still had syphilis.
Yes.
And syphilis was killing the 16th and 17th century. Just like AIDS is killing the 21st century. Why was syphilis killing the 16th and 17th century? Promiscuity, because a man felt, I can't stay at home with a woman. Tonight I want to go out with the guys, play cards, a brothel.
You know? Yeah.
So
tired of this big mama here with the stockings on the head.
When I married her, she looked fresh. Yeah. Now all of a sudden after 2 kids, hell no, I don't want your ass. You go outside.
But like you said, you can talk about it in the relationship. If she was good the first time, it's just a matter of revitalizing, helping her revitalize.
Revitalizing, that will prevent lots of sugar daddies going outside looking for young girls and preying on vulnerable little girls, giving them unwanted pregnancies, destroying their careers, their school careers, their futures. Because once you have that child, do you know how hard it is to juggle a child and work or school, and now on top of it you have a problem of AIDS? that man is not going to stand with you.
He's not going.
He's not going.
He's going to see the next one and move on.
And move on. Why? Because he's got this. You know.
And in desperation, in trying to feed the child, you go to other men.
And you know the government is wasting so much money on AIDS lectures, condoms, this, that. The main source of our problem is with the sugar daddies. Create jobs.
And the sugar mommies.
Don't just talk about we're going to create jobs. Do it. Create the jobs.
Yeah.
Create the jobs. It will minimize so much.
Do you think that perhaps the government is doing that much with the education and not doing any much with the moral education?
Ngondo, lento tse ngata ke tsa bona bodaki. Rona ke rona ba menana. Ke rona re etsa mehlolo kaofela e batla o tla mo kae mo motho mo motho. That is why it seems like le bona le go presitse from the start until now on. Why what? So ntwenga o bolela nyana gore even now on le ke lelo le mo rona. Why what? Ntse le teng o itse ma this thing e teng. But ignorance ke ntwe le gore obviously tla dula le teng.
But dona le batho ba bantsho ba phafogileng. Ba ba leng aware ka AIDS ene ba bankileng di steps.
Bona re shebe gore palo ya bona e kae. Let's 1/3 majority ya rona re di motho wa boteng maybe ya ra setse ipela go itse ke nna a sa tlhola ke batla tsama thabene ke batla go etsa ke batla tla be ke nna le ga o stay. But I get that and then they let out go mamzala ne how it. Oh, no, I'm not going to get to ish marabe ka ke stay ba ke this. Ga ka se ke go.
Question e ke na le yona ona mo. O re na re ka gona na o change mindset o hore o stip. Ha o sebedise condom mo tlasho. O stip. O jolla mosadi wa hao. O sontse o ratela pala hao. Re ka se gone switch the thing. If na le matla, ha o titsana in network. Re ka se gone titsana otherwise.
Okay, I wish I yeah, into engayisho mina bro akashetrek ukuthi asinganesabhe ukuthi iqhamuka kephi. Thina sibheka isolution sesinavikela kanjani because iqhamuka kephi kuyazi ukuthi iqhamuka. Mara kodwa into abayishilo abantu abaphezulu especially parliament. Lithe ufuna ukukhipha lama treatment libona ukuthi liyabani ngokusebenzisa before lihambe lo batshela msitsala isiphe i-treatment enayiqeda ngayi-AIDS. Manje malihluleka la as long noma bekanika i-treatment ngeke nisakwenza lokho.
Act like a people without knowledge and it's cool. I'm your God. I'm your king.
Yes, and I'll enforce more rules.
How do you enforce rules when you've broken the cardinal rule?
Joe,
how do you enforce more rules when you've compromised?
It's like listen, it's like when you are a mother, ingane yakho noba yenzani empilweni. Noba ungaya 10 times ejele, kuyohlala ingane yakho. But the mother's love will never go.
Sometimes it's ignorance, curiosity, but experiment.
Mara at the moment, mo watsi ngare phela ngwana 2000 curiosity o setse o le aware ka dikamorao tsa yona cause go na le knowledge e ngata o na le thuto e ngata
I get right to them pele curiosity I get right there
okay maybe re ka tloela hanyane ba ithotseng pele re modimo o ba thuse hle le masia ana le yona modimo o ba thuse hle le wa shule mara wa le ka khotsa mara rona ba re tseba nnete yona no re shebane le nnete I get maybe it's 2020 now ba must ba fitile ba le ro create before ne re tlo tizeva QW ba AIDS filo re ne re create AIDS a day ago with all the lessons.
Yeah, futhi ngiyayizwa inkulumo yakho kodwa into engayisho mina kumuntu i-AIDS ayizini nguye umuntu oyilandelayo. Inguye olanda i-AIDS lapha and engafuna ukuyivikela enazo zonke izinto. Especially makuthulala noma bhebezo omhle ngathenga noma lama la uma condom special. Maye mthetha my sister ngivikela impilo. Maye hala lo my sister kade na katshenta impilo yami la life is not a game and ayinaso spell lokho ngisho ukuthi life ayina spell yonke into in the world ina space akona pa mara only life thina sisuke sithande kakhulu umuntu ungabe sayibona ama disadvantage akubona ama advantage kuphela umuntu okulendo kasho but if umuntu momthanda mtshela mfethu sithandana let's say sithandana today maybe 3 days ago uzomtshela mfethu ngicela siyotesta before siyo have sex if you amthanda and you trust uma trust ngeke kwenze lokho cause manje ukwazi nizothola lapha ama consequences a contact bese nikwazi ukuthi senzo protector kanjani
if when uthi asibheka ama advantage nama disadvantage before shuthi silima umhlaba welima and umhlaba welima ke umuntu makuyisilima udeserve usizo
into message leka ba thank you AIDS ne batswana ke ndamlava ke mthwa ithathela ntwa ke ithathela ntwa ke ithathela ntsona ke yo take you AIDS thing ke a tseba ke yo AIDS thing ne ke promise ya betsa ke siya ngwana ke vai ke tlong ke siya ngwana ke va wa bana pe ba ntonyane ba tla ba ngwana there
rena ba tla tswane ona le ba bana le sex addict yabo ba addicted more so muthola ba tla every day ya shaya yabo so sometimes Spanish condom yabo muthola like utarakini yena
sometimes Spanish condom why Spanish condom libo addict wa usale careless be addicted in a responsible man how you not allow you drink in a responsible way? How to a cigarette, etc. Now we jump up, we are in a responsible way.
So shapa ya be lo reka bit a so msheba ka la bit so bona ngwana re smart o sa mo tla ba ya o tlo bona gona mo tsi e tla kana ke tsebe man ka go tlo khelo ka pokeng ka pose le fatse le afela ke tseba wa mona ke skobo ma so shapa ya bit wa mo so mola ta ba a o bitara go te o shapa ya bo ka shapa cha umtotse ba ta message wa entla ke ntlonda thinking that whatever ka di bitsa ka mai but police o thata ba ka ke tsebe ma o thata o kere le tsogo ke na khondo ba ke ena ntuna se ke bona ile plaka no e sa kana o hula wa bona
clone na ta
ke sa ta no na influence wena gona ka hana ga ka let's work ke sex yona ke sini da ile nye kwa wa bona o tsebua ba ga be da ile nye the way ka ngating Luena ha o no iplela ka man. We iplela fela ka wa bona nga tshoko tsa fast.
1,000 years from now, the generations to come may look back and say, what was it for? Some of our grannies, they wrote in their diaries, my mom's rules are what preserved me.
And they succeeded.
And those generations then, if we keep leveraging, siyamukela if abantwana baphula imithetho or nations break laws, skip siyamukela sibasizama ukuba baxhasa or basiza even though they find out. So it means ukuthi generations to come will not have any use for these rules.
The world will be dead by that time.
The world will be dead. So we okay killing the world.
We want to change it, but we want to make the next person, if you are wrong, I want to make you understand. I'm teaching you something and I want you to learn from it. So I have to pull you in and by accepting what your wrongs. We're not the ones to judge. But I'm here to help you.
You know what? I can criticize this whole government the whole night, but I don't want to do that.
Who is failing who here? The youth say we're not taught nothing. Nobody's teaching us that. You're saying we must go back to the ways of the past, the ways of our forefathers, but nobody's teaching us nothing. The government saying there is knowledge, read. There is knowledge, go to your libraries, read. There is African indigenous knowledge that can help you with these kind of sketches. They will help you, but at the same time, someone could say, can the government take a platform, use the public broadcasters and so forth, and educate, moralize the society? Are they failing somewhere there, or
they are
not their place?
Dismally failing, just like in every other service, they are failing. Okay, because obviously, am I going to look up to you, listen to you, when you are preaching to me one thing and you're practicing a whole different story?
Yeah.
You understand? You as a leader. I'm looking up to you as a leader. You're going to be setting an example for me.
Yeah.
Once you set that example, obviously, and I see you not just talking, you're doing. You know, they say you can't have ambition without brains and hard-working skills.
But I'm also human.
Ambition goes with hard work, drive, brains.
And responsibility.
And responsibility. You as a leader, if you don't have that, what example are you going to be setting for me? Because all you're doing is talk.
But you know the difference between wrong and right as a citizen.
I know.
If I go wrong, should you also go wrong? If I'm going to die from a mistake, should you also die? Please, help yourself.
Now, who do you think, coming back to that point, who do you think people in rural areas look up to?